Welcome to this course by Route Fabric, and in today's session we're going to cover EC2 and Ec2 Instance, which are Amazon's Elastic Compute Cloud Service. EC2 is basically the foundation of cloud computing. If you gain a better understanding of EC2, you basically will know and understand the fundamentals of the cloud and how it works. So in this session, we're going to configure an EC2 instance. We're going to go over all the intricate details of how to configure it complex, as well as just simply spinning up the EC2 instance. Later, we're going to review how to SSH into your EC2. That's basically how to get in it. We're also going to take a look at user data and how we can easily spin up your EC2 and put you at a much more advanced stage with your EC2. And also we're going to ping Google from our EC2 instance. And we're going to review storage as it relates to your EC2 instance. So at this time, join me in your AWS console so we can go ahead and get started. So you have logged into AWS, you're in it, and here's the screen that you should have. It is the Aws Management Console. If you notice, there are several different services available, but we're going to stick to the compute and we're going to stick to EC2. On the left, once you started to browse and check several different services, you will notice it's going to have your last 5 of your history. And you can click from there as well, or you can type it in. Let's just type it in, EC2, push enter, and it's going to spin up and it's going to go to the EC2 page. We're going to click Run an Instance. And we're there. As you can see, I have other instances that I've spin up, that I've created. We're going to create a new one at this time. So right here where it says Launch Instance in blue, let's click it. And it's going to take us to the page to where we can configure it. Like I said, we're going to take about 7 steps to configure it. The first step is choosing your AMI. Your AMI is nothing more than just your template of a server that you want to use. If you scroll down, there's many different ones. You have Linux, you have Ubuntu, you have an Amazon RDS database, you have Microsoft Windows for our Windows fans. So you have many of them. Some of them are free tier, some cost more. So we're going to stay within the free tier. The first one pretty much will work today. And for advanced features down the line, just know that you can buy and create and use your AMI. This is more advanced, but just know it is there. Choose instance types. There are several different instance types for performance. You can do memory optimized, compute optimized, storage optimized. There's many different options. However, just understand that general works good overall and is still in the free tier. T2 Micro is what we're going to use, and if you hover above any of these words, there's a black box that would appear that will give you more information about that topic. So we're going to move on. Next, configure instance detail. This page is loaded with a lot of configurations, but for today's purpose, we're simply going to just click next. We're going to spin up just one instance. We can choose 3, 4, or 5. We can choose various configurations, but today we're just going to choose next. Storage. Storage, it comes with a root volume, which will delete on termination by default, which means when you in it, it will delete the data. You can untick it and it will keep it. But let's add a EBS volume and you can configure it. I put 25 GIB, and you can add it to it as well. This is for more permanent storage if needed, but we're not going to click or select it. We're going to X out of it, but you can add it to your Ec2 instance for storage. Tags are very important for cost allocation to keep up with your Ec2 instance and not lose it, because over time you'll create many of them, and if you identify, name it, tag it, it's going to save you a lot of money and a lot of time searching. So let's create a tag. Add a tag. Let's call it Ec2. We can name it anything. Let's just call it route fabric. Ec2. Good enough. Configure. Security groups. Security groups are very important for allowing in your Ec2. It's your firewall. You can specify which IP address is allowed in and from where. So SSH is already configured, and that means you want to be able to get into your Ec2 at a later time. That's fine. We're going to add a rule. Let's do HTTP, which gives you internet access from port 80. So we're going to do anywhere from port 80.0.0.0.0/0, which means from anywhere, any IP. It's not the most secure. It is not. However, for demo purposes, we're going to go with that for right now. But if you're doing production and in business mode, you want to specify and be more specific with what you want to allow in. But for today's purpose, it will work. Let's call our group. We're going to name this security group. Let's name it Route Fabric SG for security group. So that way we know that we have SSH access and we have HTTP internet access. And it's give you a warning here with 0.0.0.0/0, allowing all IP. It's warning you that it's allowing everyone in. Okay. Review. And we're almost done with this. Just that fast. So let's review. It's in free tier eligible AMI, Linux 2, T2 Micro, SSH, HTTP, instance details, storage, and tags. Looks good. Let's launch it. Choose an existing key pair, or you can create one. Well, I've created this, so just name it. I'll tell you what, let's do a new one. Let's name it EC2 Route Fabric. Okay, you can name anything you want. Download it. You will notice it will download here, and you want to keep up with it. So let's select download key pair. It already exists, which means I can give it another name. Let's add a 1. There you go. All right, launch the instance. And it's spinning up. It takes it a few seconds to spin up. And here's details on how to connect, which we will go into. Let's view the instance. And I've created several, as you can see, and I've terminated a couple, and there's one that's running. Right now, this is our spinning up. We're going to name it EC2 Routes Fabric. We're going to select, save it as that. Perfect. So this is a T2 Micro. It's in US East 1B. It's running. It's initializing. Let's scroll down. That's the key name, security group, time created. Great. We've just created our first EC2 instance. But let's take a look at the bottom at some of the metadata, some information about our EC2 instance. You can, if you click this line, and you get the double line, you can bring it up, you can bring it down, or you can toggle it with these buttons right here. So it can drop down. This is medium. This is high. I like medium. Feel free to play around, move around, take a look at the features. As you can see, here's information that we just disclosed. As you hover above, you will get black boxes that will give you information about your EC2 instance and about what's going on. So feel free to do that. Information, boot volume, great. So there you have it. If I wanted to stop this instance, I can. If I wanted to reboot it, I can. If I want to terminate it, I can. So let's keep this one. We're going to do some other things with it later. But congratulations, you just created your first EC2 instance. And I hope this was informative. And if you like this, and if you'd like to know more about EC2, you can check out our courses at routefabric.com. Thank you.